Hey everybody, Sensei Matt here, ready to teach another black belt class today. And I've got a few different things in store for you. One of the things I want to focus on today is some bow techniques, especially out of the third bow kata. We're going to work some combinations out of that. And we're going to do some work on our blocking skills as well. So I want you to start off though with doing a warm-up. Of course, you have the pad warm-up that we are doing in the classes with the squats, the burpees, the push-ups, and the sit-ups. That's good, but make sure that you do something before you get right into doing your karate movements. If you don't warm up your body, sometimes you can be pulling a muscle, maybe cause an injury, but it's always good to warm up and of course do those exercises for your fitness as well. We want to see you improving your fitness as well as learning the karate skills at the same time. So we're going to start off today with going into the bow techniques. So again, if you don't have room to use your full bow, you can use a short stick. You can use a broomstick handle, anything that's a little bit shorter that you can still move around. If you have room to do it, a bigger room, a high enough ceiling, well, great, you can follow right along. I'm going to use my bow over here, and we're going to take a combination out of the third bow kata. The third bow kata is called Shishi no Kun no Dai. It's a long name for a long kata, and it has a lot of interesting combinations in it. It's usually taught at second degree black belt, sometimes first degree black belt, but it's one of the 15 Isshin-ryu karate katas that are using both empty hand and weapons. So this one is the bow. It's the third bow kata. The first bow kata, Tokumine no Kun, you learned probably before black belt. The second bow kata, Arashi bow, well, we've been working in the classes on that recently, and a lot of you have been probably improving that. But now the third bow kata, this will give you a challenge. Now, whether you're actually learning the kata in class or not, you can still do these combinations because it'll give you a kind of a preview of what's going to be coming up for you in the future. So it's known, this kata is known for a long combination that's done in a quick movement. And so we're going to start off with this by doing a reverse strike and then starting an overhead strike, but changing it to a side strike. So watch this again. A reverse strike to the ribs and then an overhead movement. It looks like an overhead strike, but it's brought to the side instead, and then comes out with a side strike. Let me do this to the front. A reverse strike, overhead and to the side, and then a side strike. So it's a fake to do an overhead strike. It's not really completing it, but the opponent thinks it's coming, raises his arms up to block it, raises the bow up, but then the strike comes to his side instead. So from the front, it would look like this. Here's the fake overhead, but instead it comes to the side and then comes in with a full side strike. Do it with me. Reverse strike, fake, side strike, and back. Now, the way to make a fake look like a real attack is to put some body movement into it, put some speed into it. You have to sell it. You have to make it look like it's really coming. So that after the reverse strike, it looks like it's going to be an overhead strike, but then it changes quickly to the side strike. Try it again. Reverse strike, fake, side strike. And after it hits, pull back to a guard position with your rear hand at your belt, your front hand about solar plexus level, and still holding the bow in thirds. Here we go. Reverse strike, fake, side strike, and back. Again, reverse, fake, side strike, and back to guard. So that's a quick movement. And again, it has to look like there's that overhead strike coming, but then it changes at the last second and goes into that side strike instead. Let's do that a few times. Ready? Reverse. And one. Good. And again, reverse. One. Good. And again, reverse. And go. And back. Good. One more time. Reverse strike and go. That's the way. All right, good. Now, that's not the end of that combination, but it's the first part of it that you want to get down before you add the snapping strike and the circle block are the next two parts of it. So from the reverse strike and the overhead, come back to guard, then a snap strike and a circle block. The snap strike will change from a long stance, which you should be in for the first two moves. We're in the long stance for these two moves. But now as we do the snap strike, we push forward and turn out the back leg. You see that back leg go out? Snap strike, and then feet together for that last block. So the feet come all the way in for that circle block. Let's do it. Reverse strike. Fake to the side strike. Then push into the snap strike, and then back with the feet together and get that good wrist action, pulling it down, turning that wrist down at the end of the circle block. Again, reverse strike. Fake overhead and side strike. Draw back, horse stance snap, and then back, feet together for that block. One more time. Reverse, over, side, draw back, snap, and back, feet together and with the block. So do that pattern, do that combination a number of times so you feel really comfortable with it. Over time, it'll get faster and smoother, but don't miss any of the sections. Don't skip any of it. Don't shortcut it anywhere. When you're going faster, still make sure every part of it is included. I'm going to do a couple of them at a faster pace, and you can see how it comes together. Again. This way. All right, so that's something for you to practice, and keep your bow handy. Maybe go outside in the backyard or somewhere where you can do these strikes and practice that combination. That'll be done a number of times in this third bow kata, in the Shishi no Kun no Dai bow kata. It'll be one of the prevalent combinations that you'll be seeing. So take advantage of this practice, sharpen up your technique with that. All right. What I want to go to now is working on your blocking techniques. Because as black belts, you want to be making sure you're using both arms for your blocking. And for example, if you're doing a down block, the arm that's blocking comes down. When you're a beginner, you're taught with your hands at your side, right? But now you should be starting it up a bit higher, using your body and blocking. But if your arm comes up by itself and nothing is done here, that section of your body is open, it's vulnerable to attack. So a down block cover or chambered position should have that other arm in front of the body. It could be with a push, it could be just with the arm coming across, but now your body is much more protected against an oncoming attack. Sometimes you don't know if it's coming at your upper body, or middle of your body, or lower body. So when you cover your arms across your body, you're covering all those areas. So cross it. So one arm is up, one arm is down. Good. Now continue the block. The upper arm will circle down and get to your down block. At that point, the other hand has pulled back, maybe ready for a strike. So the cover is covering your whole body, and then circling it down, and then punching. Do that a few times on one side. Practice the cover and the block. Cover and block. Cover and block. You might notice that the other hand coming out could even be a strike, and sometimes we do that. If the first hand is a block and the strike here, then that becomes a second block. So it's an even more advanced way to think about it. So when you're blocking down, the hand that's going to go down starts up. And as it comes up, the other hand covers too. And then pull down for the down block. Now in this case, since the block is going out this way, I want to use my body with it as well. So I can turn my body in to the block. So a slight backward turn at first is good. And then turn in as you do the block. This is done in some of the different katas. Any kata that has a down block, it goes like this. And even Seon Chin that has its down block in horse stance should have a cover before the block. Cover and block. So let's do this a few times on both sides, just standing straight. Bring one arm up to your ear, cover and block. Again, 2, 3, 4. Good. Another thing to pay attention to is don't let the hand just come straight down. You notice if it takes this path on the way down, this whole side of the body hasn't been protected. Make sure your arm circles through, and that also helps with your body rotation. So when you go here, circle your body to cover that whole area. Good. Block and block. Now let's do the other hand. Up, cover with the lower hand, circle it through for the down block. Cover, circle, and down block. Go. 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 And go. Good. All right. Let's move on. Side block. That's also a cover, but if I'm going to block with this arm, it starts down now, and the other arm comes up. So it's really the opposite of what you were doing for a down block. So it covers here and now pulls out for your side block like that. Cover and out for your side block. Cover and circle your whole body. This arm covers the whole lower and middle section of your body to block. Cover and block. Cover and block. Sometimes the first hand is a push with an open hand and then block. Like the beginning of Seisan Kata is a good time to cover and block before you continue on. So let's do it 5 times on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the other side. So start this hand down, cover, and come across. That's it. Cover and across. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Remember the ending position of your block should be with the hand about shoulder height and of course right next to the side of your body. Don't block too short, don't block too far, but right in front is the position we're looking for. All right, up to a head block now. So since it's moving upward to do a head block, it starts down and the other hand comes up and comes up a bit higher. It might even be a protection in front of the face before the head block comes up. So a cover and a block. Cover and block. Go. 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 Good. Let's do the other hand. Cover. Bring the other arm across your body. Bring it up to the block position. Ready? Cover and block. Go. 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 Good. So anytime you're doing your blocks, don't just think of the one hand that's mainly looked at as the blocking hand, but always think of as the other hand as not just to chamber or to strike next, but it's an integral part of the block, so it covers your body more. One arm can't cover yourself well. 2 arms do a better job. It's not perfect, but it's better than 1. So bringing the hands into the center is a good way to start any defensive movement. If somebody's directly in front of you and starts to move, they start to move their hand, they start to move their leg. If your hands come up like this to cover, it's almost a flinch reaction. That's going to put your arms in a good position to do a block or a strike, either way. So this cover sets you up for a good defensive position to be able to, again, follow up blocking or striking. All right, so you got some bow technique today from the 3rd Bow Kata, Shishi no Kun no Dai, and you'll be working on it at some point in your black belt curriculum. Some of you might be working on it now. And you also got some good detail on the blocking skills. And I want you to try to incorporate those blocking skills into every kata that you do. If you're doing Wan-Su kata, you could just block right from here, but why not take an extra moment to cover and then block? And after your punch, cover again before that block and punch. And now cover again before that block and strike. So anytime that you can cover your body, you should take advantage of it. Master Angi Uezu, who was one of my main teachers, he told me that karate is mostly defense. Pay attention to your defense. And what he meant is always stay covered, always stay aware of your environment, always find ways to deal with a confrontation without having to fight, always think defense, and then only as a last resort go back to counterattacking or offense. And I think that's a good philosophy in most cases. So keep up your good training, come to your classes, practice on your own. Remember, as a black belt, class time isn't enough. You need to do more. You need to do your classes, you need to do practicing at home, as well as your fitness training. Keep your body in shape, stay strong, stay healthy. That's so important anytime. All right, great to see you, and keep up your training. I'll see you around. Be ready for coming to classes if you can, or another video coming up soon.